I hate to say it, but I think this is one of those times where the film is actually better than the book, though the book's still very good. For the record, I would die so quickly if I was left stranded on Mars, which is exactly what Mark Watney is trying to avoid in Andy Weir's The Martian. So, unfortunately for the main character, the story starts when Mark Watney gets left behind during a big dust storm on Mars when the rest of his crew thinks he's dead and have to abandon their mission. Watney then has to figure out how he's supposed to use the limited supplies that he has left on Mars to last for 4 years until the next man crew can come and survive him. He needs to figure out how to get things like oxygen, water, food, those tiny little things that we don't really need. So this is a good book. I read this because I loved Project Hail Mary by the same author. I actually gave that 5 stars. And I love the film, so I was hoping this would be a really easy 5-star read as well. We didn't quite get there though. What works really well is that all the scientific solutions behind Watney's survival, whilst very complicated, are explained in a very accessible way. And while you might think that going through the diary logs of one person stranded on Mars facing certain death might be depressing or, dare I say it, a little bit boring, that isn't the case. So instead of the expected existential crises of doom and despair you might expect someone in that situation to go through, we get something very different. Watney was actually picked for the Mars mission because he's relentlessly resilient, and he tells his story in a very uplifting, funny kind of way that makes him a great person to spend so much time with. Obviously, surviving on Mars, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, and it's quite interesting actually getting to see that through Watney's perspective as kind of this mixture of an everyman and a botanical scientific expert. Where it flounders for me a little bit is that Watney's actually unrealistically optimistic considering the situations that he's in. So when we have these peaks and troughs of his experiences, the whole thing actually feels a little bit flat because he's in a good mood, cracking jokes, no matter kind of what really happens. Overall, though, really good. It throws enough curveballs at Watney without feeling like he's got plot armor, and just as you feel like you're getting into the rhythm of things, it mixes things up about the halfway mark as well, which keeps it fresh and interesting throughout. If you liked Project Hail Mary, which is a TikTok darling, definitely check out The Martian and vice versa. Overall, I would give this 4 Matt Damons out of 5.